Hey guys, it's been a while, but forgive me, I've been sorting out moving. It's all been a clusterfuck. We're now at the end of 2022, and I want to give my top 10 best films of the year because I haven't done that before, so this is my first time giving it a go. Now, before I get into my top 10, I want to express some appreciation for 2022. A lot of the films I've seen have been breathtakingly original. I cannot deny it is to the point where a lot of the times I just don't like them, but I do appreciate what these films are going for, and they're even more proof that films can still be original in today's cinema. Men, Hellbender, Halloween Ends, The Banshees of Inisherin, I don't know how to say it, and Soft and Quiet. If I'm honest with you, I didn't enjoy any of those films, but I did appreciate what they were going for, especially Soft and Quiet. That was a film that was shot entirely in one take, and it felt like a strange descent into a crime scene. I just couldn't stand the characters, so the film bored me to tears, but I do appreciate all of this originality. But there were some other films that did kind of work for me. I Came By, The Stranger, Barbarian, and Triangle of Sadness. That film was crazy. There was like this 20-minute long vomiting and shitting scene. Everyone on the boat got food poisoning. It was crazy. I didn't know where that film was going to go. That was a strange comedy flick. I had no idea what was going on there. But it's official proof that films are still original nowadays, so seek these films out and give them a go. 2022 has just been filled to the brim with originality, so check them out. Another thing to keep in mind, guys, sometimes I might go into review mode when talking about these films, but that's simply because I didn't get the chance to actually do video reviews based on about 7 of these films. So now on to some honourable mentions. Triple R, or RRR, The Good Nurse, Prey for pumping new life into the Predator franchise, Emancipation, really didn't get the hate with this one, and Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe. I didn't like it anywhere near as much as Do America, but I'm just impressed that Beavis and Butthead can still make me laugh so much in 2022. So let's get into the top 10. Number 10. Jordan Peele has been killing it with his past few films, and I do think Nope is my least favourite out of all of them, and for me a big step down from Us. I just don't really care. None of that changes the fact that Nope is another solid entry in Jordan Peele's list of films. It was quirky, funny, had great characters, and an awesome slow pace that I got swept up in. I also loved the villain, and I really enjoyed where the film eventually ended up. A strange amalgamation of multiple genres. Jordan Peele did it again, and I just can't wait to see where he goes next. Number 9. Night Ride is a Netflix original, and for me, definitely the most overlooked film of 2022. This is another film that was shot entirely in one take. It tells the story of a drug dealer who wants to do one last deal before retiring, and the camera follows him as he gets in his car and drives all over the city, getting chased by other people. It follows him when he gets out of the car and has to deal with some action scenes, and it's a very intense little film. The fact that this was all done in one take with all of this crazy improv was incredible. It was cool stuff. Check out Night Ride. It's absolutely overlooked and very clever filmmaking. Hardly anyone has seen this film, and the few who have given it low scores on IMDb. I don't see it. This film is solid. Check out Night Ride. Give it some love. Number 8. Barbarian. Now, if you guys have seen my recent review, you'll know I didn't truly love this film. I definitely thought it was overhyped, and some of the unconventional tones of the film just kind of worked against it for my liking. But it doesn't change the fact that Barbarian is another very original film. You just cannot predict where it's gonna go. It always zigs when you expect it to zag. The characters were fantastic. I love the dialogue. I love the layers. I thought the cinematography was incredible, and it was genuinely scary. Such an original film, and I love the fact that horror is still being treated with this much respect nowadays. Number 7. The Northman was a big surprise to me. I'm not usually into the whole medieval days, sword fights, that type of thing. I'm just not usually into those genre of films. But this one was very different for me. There was a great cast of characters, all played by a wonderful wide variety of actors, and most of them were just side characters. The main guy, Alexander Skarsgård, was just a force to be reckoned with. The fight scenes were brutal. I loved the humble atmosphere of it all. It wasn't just a great big load of epic war scenes. And Anya Taylor-Joy gave yet again another fantastic performance. The Northman was badass, man.
Number 6.
Top Gun Maverick. Wow, I didn't see this one coming. Look guys, I don't have any nostalgic value with the first Top Gun. I saw it for the first time only recently and I thought it was solid. I then checked out Top Gun Maverick and okay, I don't think it's as good as everyone else says, but I still thought it was freaking great. Tom Cruise has been freaking crushing it, man. He's been going nuts with these crazy stunts he's been doing. Now he's in planes flying them for real with all of the other actors who are all doing these real stunts. I thought the film looked great. Check out the 4K Blu-ray. It's astonishing. Tom Cruise's head paws have never looked so beautiful.
Number 5.
The Batman. Again guys, I'm very surprised I'm putting this on the list because I'm really not a fan of Batman. I'm sorry guys, ever since I was a child I never found this character interesting. I'm not even much of a fan of Nolan's trilogy, none of it does much for me. I just like some of the scenes with Heath Ledger as Joker and Tom Hardy as Bane. That's about it, I can just look up those scenes on YouTube, right? I love Joker, but that's the most I've ever really enjoyed anything from this character in his world. So when I checked out the Batman, I was not expecting it to function so much like a detective film. It was very reminiscent to the film Seven. Robert Pattinson has officially escaped his twilight years. I thought he was solid in Remember Me and Good Time, but this is easily the best performance he's ever given. I also love Paul Dano as the Riddler. I thought his look was astonishing. The film looked great, the action was wonderful, the music was killer, and oh man, this one did it for me. The Batman is one of the best films of the year, and I never thought I'd ever say that about any Batman film. I really hope the next one can match this standard.
Number 4.
I gotta give a quick shout out to my boy, Ollie. This guy's been my hero for a while now, okay? Not only has he helped me out like crazy financially, God bless him, but he also recommends me some solid films from time to time, and recently he recommended a film called Bullet Train. I watched it recently and oh boy, he was not joking. Bullet Train was freaking awesome, man. The characters, it just reminded me of something from Snatch. And best yet, this film was flat out hilarious. I was laughing throughout the whole film, but that mid-credit scene, I was crying. These characters were just awesome, so well written, and I love the location. This film was nuts. Bullet Train was badass. Thank you, Ollie.
Number 3.
Smile was the sleeper hit of 2022. Who the hell expected it to be as successful as it is? Look guys, I get it's not truly original. It's very much a rip-off of It Follows, and there are some annoying jump scares and stupid character decisions. And without spoiling anything, I did find the ending to be way too predictable, and it did involve a certain character doing something very stupid. Still, Smile genuinely did impress me because it scared the bejesus out of me, and that's mainly due to the main antagonist. The persona was just sinister, and certain special effects in the film, which I don't want to get into because it's a major spoiler, but I thought it just looked awesome. There are some great effects here. I found the main character gripping, some of the jump scares were very much earned, and the overall theme of dealing with trauma just worked for me. One of the best horror films I've seen in years.
Number 2.
Everything Everywhere All at Once. Holy moly, what the fuck was this? I just don't know how to delineate this film. All I can really say is it's a quirky little action film that is very epic but very humble at the same time. It has a strange universe, a strange set of rules. It's completely unpredictable. I just don't know how they conjured it up in their heads, let alone all got together to pull this off. This is also, believe it or not, the first film I've ever seen Michelle Yeoh in. I think that's how you say her name. I know that's a sin, she's done a lot before, but I'm definitely going to check them out after seeing this film. She was breathtaking in this. Everything Everywhere All at Once is one of the most creative films I've ever seen. I just don't know how they pulled all of this off. I know I'm not going into too much detail with this, but it's simply because I don't know how to delineate the whole thing. It's just insane. Check it out and you will see what I mean. This is amazing.
Number 1.
Boiling Point. That's right. I put this film above Everything Everywhere All at Once. I know most of you won't understand that, but let me tell you a little thing about me. I'm just not into big epic films usually, which is quite surprising considering how many big budget A-list action films are on this list. I'm just more interested in films where it tells a grounded story about us as human beings. I find it far more relatable and interesting overall. And for me, Boiling Point just ticked all of my boxes in spades. It was set entirely in one night, in one restaurant, and it was all shot entirely in one take. There's actually been a number of films that have come out in that style this year. And that style was used perfectly to accentuate the hell these characters are going through. It was just a simple tale about chefs trying to deal with copious amounts of stress and Stephen Graham's descent into a breakdown. But the look of the film, the aesthetics, the way the camera angles were used perfectly to sync us with the characters, it all worked so well for me, and I thought this film was elevated to such new heights thanks to that style. And it wasn't just the novelty of the aesthetic, it was also the script. I loved the dialogue, it all felt so real, and the characters were fantastic. I was gripped so much to this, and considering that I myself am a writer, I found this very inspiring. When I finished seeing this, I just couldn't get out of my mind, and nothing else throughout 2022 connected with me as strongly as this little indie flick. Stephen Graham has yet again got another classic to add to his list. This guy just cannot be stopped. One more thing as well. I did say at the end of my review that I couldn't wait for the Blu-ray, and then it took about 11 months for them to finally do a Blu-ray. I thought I wasn't going to get it, but Second Sight finally came out with it, and I thought it was fantastic, so thank God we got it. But anyway, that was my top 10. Thanks for watching, guys. That's the first time I've ever done that before. It's open for many more years of top 10s, and I hope you guys have a blessed 2023. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay jiggy. The badger appreciates you.